I would say to women, you lack nothing.
We want to celebrate all of the beautiful Black women that are striving and thriving out here in this world. It's like there's so much to us.
You do appear to be as the lady that have it all.
Outside of the will of God is never having it all.
Sometimes women, we get lost in the idea of how we want someone to show up, that we don't appreciate when someone shows up.
We all know in the Haitian community, the moment you're married, you even lose your name. Say,
if your marriage is your whole identity, then you give up everything that made you richer, that actually attracted that man to you.
We are literally watching two whole women on two different sides of the fence, literally still bonding, still connecting.
There honestly should not even be a fence. Like, we should be like chocolate and vanilla ice cream. Like, it should be a melting pot.
Welcome back to another brand new episode of E39 Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb, and I'm here with the amazing Bianca. And listen, we got a special guest in here today. But before I even do that, before I even get into that, we know when this episode is dropping. So I just want to already say, you know what I'm saying, Happy Women's Month to each and every single one of you. We love you guys. I know black guys, the black men may not show it, but we do love you guys. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. And of course, I'll send the flowers later.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,
yes,
guys.
yes. But listen, we're joined with a special guest today. I mean, I'm talking about, she's a singer. We got content creator. We got lawyer, married, motherhood, everything you can come up with. That is her. She's a lady of many hats. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mitsuka to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be joining you all today.
I'm sorry. I just have to interject and say we forgot one important thing that she also is.
What is that?
She's a Black woman of God.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Won't you do it? Okay.
That's the most important one right there.
That's the most important one. You're right. All right, good. So we're going to start it off again. Like I said, I already mentioned it. I said singer, content creator, lawyer, woman of God, you know, wife, mother, all these good things. So on the outside looking in, especially in our Haitian community, you do appear to be as the lady that have it all.
Yes.
So that's my first question to you is, would you consider yourself as someone that has it all? And what's your definition
of having it all?
Yeah.
For me, my definition of having it all is just having everything that you feel like you need in that given moment. The way I view life is that, you know, life operates or happens in seasons. So for me, if I'm looking at my life right now, yes, I do have it all. I do have everything that I've desired, and I do believe that I have everything that I need. So if we're looking at it from that standpoint, absolutely, yes, I have it all.
I love that.
I love that too.
Well, shout outs to you.
Facts.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Hello.
But with that being said, I love that you said that having it all is based on having everything that you need within the season in which that you're in. So with that being said, you would say that anyone can have it all, being that whatever their all is.
Yes.
Right? Depending on the season that they're in. So, and I think that that's beautiful to say, because oftentimes we see that like there are the women that are married and mothers and kind of successful in whatever success looks like for them, that kind of like talk down to other women that are not married and don't have the kids and the family and the things of that nature. So like, what do you say to that, to the women that do that are essentially on your side, that looks at women that is essentially on my side, which is like a single woman, and say that you don't have it all, or like, you know what I mean? Or like you're lacking in something.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, people that do that, I see it online. I see the narrative. I don't like it at all. And I think that if somebody can view life from that standpoint, from that viewpoint, you haven't lived enough life to understand that you shouldn't be judging somebody on the other side of the fence, because that may very well be you. Let a divorce happen, or let, God forbid, a child die, let you lose some income. It can very well be you on that other side. So number one, I would say you don't know what your future looks like. So you can't say, while you have it all right now, have it all, you don't know where you will be in a couple of years. But I would also say that you can't downplay where somebody else is, because if somebody else is single, that may be what they need to be in that season. You could be married, and that may have been something that the Lord had not even intended for you. That part, which means you may be in a marriage that wasn't ordained by Him. You probably were supposed to stay single for the rest of your life, but you went ahead and got married because you wanted to chase your own desires. And so while you may think from the outside looking in, you have it all, you know, by all outside metrics, you have it all, you actually don't, because you're not aligned with where God wants you and you're not where you're supposed to be. So,
Correct. I love that.
Outside of the will of God is never having it all. Yeah.
Correct.
Wow. That is really good, because that's what I'm currently am right now in terms of accepting the fact that, you know, whether you get the marriage or you don't get the marriage, like, you really still have to be okay if that's the path that your life is supposed to go through. So yeah, that is really a good point. That is really a good
being
point.
content in every season.
Yeah.
With your portion, whatever it is that God gives you.
Yeah. That is
that's
true.
his best for you, regardless of what that looks like.
Exactly.
You know? I do want to get all lovey-dovey and all the things, because you are a married woman.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask I wanted to ask you, because there are probably single women, engaged women, or even those married and stuff like that will probably watch this. And, you know, yes, we are honoring women because of Women's Month, and you are a wonderful person to honor in that, you know, in that capacity, because you've kind of touched on so many different hats, as we've mentioned. But I want to take like 1 minute or so to just kind of like shed light on your husband in terms of like, how did you know he was the one for you and you were the one for him, and, you know, your lovely story with one another.
Yeah, so we have a very unique story. I met him when I was 18 years old through a mutual friend. And I remember the very first time that mutual friend invited me to his church at the time. He was the youth speaker for that day. And I remember laying eyes on him for the first time. I hadn't known about him prior. He told me that he did see me once when he visited my church, but I hadn't known about him prior. And he was the one that was speaking, and something about how bold he was, how unashamed he was about God, about his stance on a lot of things, even like sexually, because it was a youth-focused sermon. So all these things were in the sermon. And I had never met a guy that was so unashamed about his beliefs before. And while I didn't know him, I remember sitting in the crowd with my grandmother, listening to the sermon. And I was like, man, like, he would make a good husband to somebody one day. Like, just the way that he's speaking would just, like, I don't know. It just made an impression on me.
To someone.
Yeah,
Someone.
Yeah,
Whole time.
So around that time, I was reading this book called Get Lost by Dana Gresh, and I was fasting from dating. So I was like on a 6-month journey of no dating. So of course, when I saw him, I was like, I was not thinking about myself. I wasn't thinking about myself in terms of dating.
That's somebody.
So yeah, that's somebody's like, he could make a good husband to someone one day. And I remember in fellowship afterwards, we were all sitting on a table, and he just kept staring at me. And I was hearing the conversations he was having with everyone around me, and I'm like, man, this man is so arrogant. The way it was actually confidence, but the way he was speaking, I was just like, who does he think he is? Like, this man is so arrogant. And I wrote him off. And I remember, he had a friend of his who had liked me at the time, and his friend, you know, he made a comment to the friend and said, you know, I know Mkone, this person like I know he's gonna win this woman. And I looked at him like, who are you to be saying that your friend can get with me? Didn't think anything of it.
Now you and your friend can't get with me.
Yeah. That was exactly
that's the woman's
my mindset.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went home, and lo and behold, that same afternoon, I receive a friend request on Facebook, and, you know, I accept it. It's from him. He sends me a message, and the message just said, "You have a contagious smile." So it was sweet, but I'm just like,
and wait, pause right there. I just want to preface by saying this is a Haitian man, y'all.
You know he got the words.
So you know, they talks really, baby.
They do.
You have
they
nice,
do.
You have nice smile. I was thinking about you, baby.
They do.
So
no hi, no nothing. Just you have a contagious smile. That's what he wrote me on Facebook Messenger. So
write that down for me.
So obviously I was a bit hesitant at first, given the nature of the relationship that he had with this mutual friend of ours. Like, how are you guys so close?
Right.
How are you advocating for him to date me, and now suddenly you want to make
I got a nice smile.
So I was a bit hesitant, and because of that, it took a while to sort of like crack me. He kept making advances, but what I led with was that I'm not dating right now. I don't want to get involved with any man. I was the kind of person that at 18, I already knew like I didn't want to be playing the games with the dudes. Like I had already experienced a situationship where a guy, he was like playing games with me. And at 18, I was just like, that's enough.
I'm not for that.
I don't need to learn anything more about life, about dudes. God sent me my husband. Like the next person I date will be my husband. So I remember... I remember him sort of like trying to come at me for a while. And I had this 6-month time period that I told him until that 6 month is over, when I, can free myself from the no dating fast, I can't give you an answer on whether I want to be with you or not. So we still kept speaking. I don't think he asked me for my number for months. I think the first time he asked me for my number was for my birthday to tell me happy birthday in February. And then in April, he finally asked me to go on a first date.
Okay.
And he took me ice skating. It was great. But again, I was just like, I can't lift this sanction that I've given myself of no dating. So on our second date, he took me horseback riding. And I remember all throughout that time I was reading that book, I kept praying to God, like, is this the right thing for me? Like, is this the one I'm supposed to be dating? I was also speaking to my grandmother a lot, who is, a very instrumental figure in my life, asking her what she thought about it. And I was pleading with God, negotiating with God, like bargaining with God, like, I just need an answer from you. And I remember him making a case to me on why I should become his girlfriend. After we went horseback riding, we're sitting at the dinner table and he's just making a case on why I should say yes to being his girlfriend. And I'm looking at him and I'm just like, I don't have full peace about this yet. So the reason we were sitting at the dinner table was because while we were on the trail horseback riding, my phone dropped. So I lost my phone on the trail. And they went looking for it. They couldn't find it. They kind of told me like, your phone is lost. We can't find it. Right. I was like, go check the trail again. And I remember while he was speaking to me, I decided to go in the bathroom. I was just like, Lord, they went twice at that point. They said that they can't find the phone. If I'm supposed to say yes to this man, if he is what you have in store for me, I want you to help them find the phone at the moment that you think I'm going to say yes. I went back. He's talking again, still making his case. I think we're like 2 weeks away from the 6 month period. Wow. He was like, it's only 2 weeks. What is 2 weeks going to do? If you actually do like me, 2 weeks is it going to make a difference in you saying yes? And then I look at him and I don't know, I just felt like this peace about the whole situation that I should say yes. And I did. And I kid you not even like 30 seconds go by. And the man comes, he's like, we found your phone.
Ain't no way.
And I was like,
confirmation. Thank you, Jesus.
Wow. And I'm a person, I can be a bit stubborn. So that was not enough for me. All throughout our relationship, all throughout our engagement period, I kept asking the Lord to reconfirm.
Make sure this is the one.
This for me. And I'm a person, when I make my prayers, I always ask God to show me, to be specific in the way that he answers me and to show me something wild. So I always ask for the wildest things I know.
So it's literally
so I know it's him.
Yeah.
And I've done that so many different times. Even when we were engaged, at some point, we were going through so much warfare in our engagement. I was just like, man, should we just like call it quits on this? And I remember asking the Lord, I was just like, if I'm supposed to move forward with this, help him re-propose to me. We hadn't broken up or anything, but I was just like, I need a sign that we should be moving forward. Like I need him to propose again. And I remember while we had come from marriage counseling, one of our appointments for marriage counseling, we were outside just talking and he just got down on one knee. And then he was just like, I just want to randomly.
Wow. You was trying to run away from your blessings. And the Lord said, all right, come on now.
Just randomly. What else
do you need, Mitsuka? What else?
Well, I need it. The Lord knows his children. He knows how he functions. So I needed that level of confirmation. So that's like, that was not a short story at all. But
no, but there's so much in the story where it's like, petitioning with the Lord and being steadfast and just kind of being earnest and intentional about what it is that you're doing. And just kind of like, I feel like this is also like a really good for women to pay attention to, where it's like, if you are intentional and if you are serious about marriage and the longevity of your life and choosing the right person is very important, and choosing with God is the most important thing you could possibly do. And then the second half of it is like, prayer actually works. You have to petition and you have to be at the feet of the Lord and ask him what it is you need from him. And then also not be afraid to ask God to show you. Like, it's like
because he will.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
There's so many stories in the Bible where it's like they petitioned God and they asked him, and God said, "All right, let me flex. Let me show you.
Let me show you. Let
you.
me show you.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do the most outlandish things so you can know that it is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always tell people you should be very specific with your praise, especially when it comes to a spouse, because that decision is just something that can alter your life forever. So be specific. I would encourage any woman to sort of like test the Lord in that way.
Yes. And the last thing too is also like answer, like, you know, waiting for the Lord to answer.
Yeah.
And then when he answers, to be obedient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I kept asking for reconfirmations. If you got to do that, you can. But like,
and that's fine. Because it's still an intimate relationship where he knows you. You're his daughter, so he's like, all right, my daughter a little hard headed, so I got to do a little different for her.
Right.
But I know that this union is blessed by me, so that's beautiful. Yeah, having that peace.
That is beautiful. And now I'm moving on to the other side. Now it's the counter part of it, because amazing story, yes. But the reason why personally I wanted you to come on the pod, I think we already spoke about that already, was this thread post that I saw from you. And I don't know if you mind me reading, or if you want to read it.
No, you can read it.
So there's probably another season in your life, but this is what the thread story said, right? It said, as a married woman, I'm intentionally entering a era of desensitizing men. Decentering men, meaning my husband is not my entire identity. The weight that comes with centering marriage on social media and the public expectation that follows it is not worth it. Being married is truly the least interesting about me. Yet, once you become a wife, that seems to be the part that people focus on the most. No more. I'm stepping into a season where my identity leads and not my marital status.
I love that. I can give a standing ovation to that. I can give a standing ovation to that. And I know you're going to speak more to it, but I just want to add on to that, emphasize on this post, because I feel like even hearing it, I'm like, yes, so many times I see it where it's like people get in a relationship or they get married and it's like every single content is
that
just
your identity.
That's it. So that's it.
Yeah.
Just everything is a couple's content. Like, that's all you got?
Yeah.
What else?
It's crazy because I see it every time. Every time I go in the comments, it's like, all right, girl, it's about your husband. What about you? Like, what are you outside of your husband? And so I saw that and I'm like, I want you to speak a little bit more on that, because we know it's probably a lot of people outside and on the inside that probably feel like that. And I also want you to speak on this because we all know in the Haitian community, the moment you're married, you even lose your name. Say Mada Interlu, you know?
Yeah.
Like, say Mada.
People try that.
You know
what
what I'm saying?
Like, my name is Mitsuka.
Yeah, literally. You lose your name and you now become your Mada, your husband, and then you lose who you are. So please, I wanted you to touch on that a little bit more.
So that post, I'm still in that season. I don't think I'm coming out of it. I don't know when I wrote that. It was probably a couple of months ago. But yeah, I'm still in that season. It's a very loaded post. So which aspect of it would you like me to?
Yes, I got you. Oh, goodness gracious.
I think maybe speak to the portion of like not losing your identity in your significant other.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's something that a lot of women fall victim to. And I think society honestly crafts it that way. Like they want that to be the case. And the reason I realize that for me it doesn't work is that I don't think marriage can hold the weight of that assignment becoming one person's whole identity. I think you put too much pressure on your marriage when you do that. I think that others, you allow others to put too much pressure on your marriage when you do that as well. And for me, when I got married, I was very like my man.
For sure.
And
we all got those seasons.
Like we have those seasons.
We all do.
For me, I realized very quickly that although marriage is something that I desired, and it's something that I'm very content in, if I do make marriage my everything, then I will be disappointed when it doesn't live up to everything that I had imagined it to be.
Yeah.
I think people forget so much that marriage is not just a fairy tale. While it can be, when we're talking about true covenant, and if marriage is doing the work that it's supposed to do in you as an individual, for you as a wife or for you as a husband, there's not always going to be high moments. And if your identity is rooted in the assignment that you have as a wife, you're going to lose yourself and you won't be able to be everything that you were for that man when he even came to you. Like if your marriage is your whole identity, then you give up on your hobbies, you give up on your friends, you give up everything that made you richer, that actually attracted that man to you. And you also sacrifice the diversity that people should be seeing in marriage. And for me, it just isn't worth it. I think that every person in marriage should be able to seek their own happiness, because every married person will tell you, and you have to be on the other side of it in order to understand that. Marriage does not satisfy. Like a lot of people build up marriage to be something bit, like it is a great thing.
Yeah.
It's an awesome thing. It's something that the Lord fashioned. It's a great union. But if you center that in everything, then you are going to disappoint yourself. And for me, I learned that now, and I just don't want to fall victim to that.
No, I fully agree with you. And I feel like the best way to like make it plain for those that are not married, it goes back to something that I said when I was a guest on this podcast in terms of like friendships, where it's like I always say I can't be your everything. I do not like friendships where your whole world revolves around me.
Oh yeah,
because I have other friends and I need you to have other friends, because I got so much going on in my life and you got so much going on in your life.
Yeah,
I can't be in a hyper maintenance friendship with anyone.
Likewise,
because there's too much going on. You know what I mean? In life.
Yeah.
I will be a disappointment to you and you will be a disappointment to me. So I think that correlates with what you're saying in terms with marriage, because you are two individuals that came in this, that albeit is making a partnership and growing in a union and doing amazing things, but you're still two individuals that are together in partnership. So like to caveat and pivot, it's just more so like, I want you to talk about all the things that you have going on, because, you know, it's like, yeah, married, love, ha, ha, ha. But it's like you are a powerhouse of your own. You know what I mean? Like you wear multiple hats and you are multifaceted. So it's like, let's highlight that. Let's talk about that. This is Women's Month.
Fact.
You know what I mean? This ain't Married Month. This is Women's Month.
So oh my gosh, I have a lot going on. I thought I did before I got married, but now it's like after being married, having a daughter, I'm just like, it seems like everything is like 10 times more. So like in my corporate life, I'm a senior contract specialist at a medical device company. So I graduated law school in 2021, sort of like went through a specific journey, starting at a class action firm, then moving into construction law, did a little bit of media law for a bit. And now I've landed specifically in the life science sector at a medical device company. So everything I do is like contracts, reading lengthy contracts all day, trying to figure out how to save the company money, trying to make sure that we're not sued, all the things. I'm also a worship leader at my church. I'm very active in the youth department. I'm also a songstress. You know, I have recorded like singles before, but that's something that I am still very passionate about. So I do that. Recently, I just became the vice president of an amazing 501c3 organization called Save Souls. And they are trying to bring awareness about mental health, or the benefits of mental health and wellness, to the Caribbean Haitian community. So that's just a little bit of what I do. I have like some other things that are brewing on the side.
Let's go. Come on,
you know what I mean? You be doing some promos on there and whatnot. You know what I mean? You a fly high girl, mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, who had a baby?
There's a lot. There's a lot. But and it all makes me who I am.
We love to see it, because that's the thing. We want to celebrate all of the beautiful Black women that are striving and thriving out here in this world. It's like there's so much to us. We're so multifaceted. We're so different. And it's like, my God. You know what I mean? Standing ovations to us. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie. You know, the Black women, we out here, we killing it.
Nah, y'all actually are.
We're really killing it.
Y'all actually are.
You know what I mean?
In all areas too. It's crazy.
All areas.
It's really crazy.
And sometimes at the same damn time.
At the same time.
Okay?
Yeah.
So then the question remains then, like, how do you balance it all, where you're still able to put your husband first, where you're still able to be a wonderful mother, and then you're able to,
still to show up for yourself.
Show up for yourself, and what that looks like in terms of friendship, or in terms of like fitness and mental health of itself. Like, how do you balance it all so that, you know, you're also well rested and you are content and not burnt out?
Yeah. So I feel like answering that question would sort of like answer the age-old question of, you know, can you balance everything all at once? Can you be everything? And for me, I used to view life in a way where, you know, you can balance things. Now, what's most important to me and how I'm able to achieve all these different things is making sure that there's harmony. I think harmony trumps balance every day. And for me, what that looks like is understanding that if I want to do everything, I may not be able to give everything 100% at the same time, which means when I'm in wife mode, I'm giving 100% to that, and everything else will have to, take a back seat.
Right.
And when I'm in mommy mode, I may be giving that 100%, and being a wifey might be at 85. In my work, I may be at 60. I honestly don't think that we can function at 100% capacity in every single area and still be whole for ourselves. So for me, it's about prioritizing everything in a given season. It's about prioritizing everything in a set amount of time in a day. So for me, maybe between the hours of 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., it's about me trying to get my daughter to daycare. Like, I'm trying to get out of the house. I'm trying to tend to her, give her all the hugs she wants, tend to her in the ways that she needs. And when she's at daycare, okay, I can switch to being, a corporate boss at that point. And I can give 100% to that. But before then, work cannot be at the forefront of my mind. Like, whatever emails come in until then, forget them. I'm not answering it until 9 or 9:30.
Right.
And while I'm in that work mode, I need to understand that, all right, my husband is not the forefront of my mind right now. Like, I may not be thinking about what's for dinner because I have some other fires that need to be put out in that moment. In real time. Right. Exactly. So that's how I view things. I think that, even in singing, when a music group is singing, if they're in perfect harmony, not everybody is singing at full capacity. Otherwise, it would be chaotic. And so for me, exactly, it would just be noise.
Right.
So for me, being able to pour into myself and being able to pour out, in all these other areas just means that I need to know what I'm prioritizing in a given moment and understanding that I won't be able to give 100% to the other areas at that time.
I like that.
That's good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, to follow up on that, do you feel like at any given point in time something suffers because you're not able to give your attention to it?
Yeah.
And then how do you essentially make up for that?
I used to feel really guilty, even specifically when it comes to being a mom. Like, when I'm out in another country enjoying myself with my husband, I feel guilty. Like, oh my gosh, my daughter, I should be here. I should be home with her and tending to her. And I'm just no, she's with her village. She's okay. Yeah. And mommy and daddy need alone time right now. Right. Or sometimes my husband's at home and he has to take on the child rearing responsibilities in a given week because I'm a bit depleted and I need to fill my cup in that moment. So I used to feel guilty, but when I realized that when I'm full, I can pour out in the best way to everybody else and everybody else gets the best version of me. When I'm full, I've learned that I don't feel guilty about it and that if they do suffer, again, life is about seasons. Sometimes, I don't like the word suffer, but sometimes you may not get me at 100%.
Right.
And you'll have to be okay with that because if we're talking about decentering men and centering yourself, that's what it's about. You need to figure out what is best for yourself because everybody else will benefit. Right. So when I come back from that time that I got for myself or pouring into myself in that way, I come back 100% in a wifey mode and I'm I'm the best wife ever. So he reaped the benefits. Yeah, he reaps the benefits of me being able to give 100% in other areas because I wouldn't be me without it. Same for him. There are times when he has to lock in and work a bit more. There are times in ministry he has to give his time to that a bit more. Yeah. But I know that in doing that, he's fulfilling his purpose. And when he fulfills his purpose, he's at his happiest. And he's going to treat me the best that he can because he feels content and happy with himself.
And this is why alignment is so important and having the right partner because, my God, you both are powerhouses. So, shout out to your husband. He another one, too. So
And I so love that you said pointing to yourself first allow you to be able to give everything else every night because that's one thing I've been telling a lot of people. And I'm like, yo, before you're a brother, before you're a sister, before you're a girlfriend, nephew, whatever.
Before your mom.
You feel me? You are you first. And you have to make sure you are feeding yourself first so that you may be able to show up in other areas. And I totally agree with that. Question for you, though. I know. But I got two amazing women by my side. You know what I'm saying? For me, I know we got Mitsuka here, but I also got a question for you. Hearing everything that's going on the side of Mitsuka, you feel me? How does that make you feel about your future? I know you said you very much accept both sides of it, but does seeing her point of view give you like, oh, I can't wait till it's my time, or it's like still like a
No, I think just in hearing Mitsuka, it just kind of reaffirms what I've always known, which is like the importance of having the right partner and just kind of being aligned, not just like with your emotions and feelings, but also like your purpose and your plan in your life, and just kind of like how to steward your time and your own self very well. So I think that like that just aligns, and it just makes me more intentional about suitors in terms of like, you know, making sure like, okay, where's your mindset? You know what I mean? More than just like your character, but like, where's your mindset? What does the future look like for you? Because it needs to align, it needs to make sense. And you would need somebody that understands and can help you move forward and progress in life in the way that makes sense for both of you. So I think that's what that really does. But also very much content in my single seasons, because baby, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Baby,
it is
that's
a lot.
Okay? Because right now, all I got to manage is myself.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised how much time you find once you are, like right now you have a lot of time, but you don't realize it until you're doing 50 other things when you're married and you're a mom. You're like, oh, what was I doing when I was single and I came from work and I had nothing to do?
Literally. I want to shout out one of the greatest women that I know, which is my best friend of all time. Okay, Zoe, this for you, baby. She's a mother of two. She is twins.
Okay, I have one right now. Okay. I can't even fathom how somebody has more than one. I look at them like they're super moms.
I promise you, I love her dearly because I'll be on FaceTime with her and like we'll talk about like each other's day. I barely did anything. Okay, I rolled around in my bed,
and she's probably
rubbing my feet together. I'm telling her all the show that I watch. I was able to binge it this day or whatever. I tell her, I'm working from home, but I was watching TV. Oh, and I went to the store. Oh, child, I'm tired. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Because I woke up this morning, I had to get the kids ready.
Oh,
then I went to school. Then I went to the gym. Then I had to go shopping. Then and then I needed this. And and then I had to come in clean. And then they cook. And then and then they did their homework. And then they go to bed. And I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
She's lived 10 lives.
By 12 o'clock, you've done 50,000 things. And it's like, we take for granted a lot of times our single folks or whatever, I'm talking about our people. We take for granted. So we on the single side here. We take for granted time. We take for granted just the plethora of options that we have. We take those for granted and we never really just,
And to have the ability to go after something full throttle and not having to worry about two other beings besides yourself.
And this is why I am so intentional about living well. Because I'm like, in your single season, be grateful and not just be mourning and sad and think about when is my couple coming or when is this person coming.
Yeah.
It's like, babes, do you know that when that person comes, this version of you no longer exists? This version of you that wakes up whenever it wants to, that answers to only yourself, that can pick up and take a flight and go anywhere you want anytime, that answers to nobody, their finances is whatever you want. You can buy whatever your heart desires. And do whatever you want. Okay, eat whatever you want.
Sleep whenever you want.
Sleep whenever
and you don't have to run it by nobody.
And then be as ugly as you want to be in the house. Ladies, I'm talking to you. Okay? To be as ugly as you want to be in the house. Just that no longer exists. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, steward this time well. Enjoy.
Yeah. And even the word talks about that. I think Paul talks about in the New Testament, says that, you know, when somebody's married, all of their focus, you know, everything that they live for is sort of like their significant other. So while you are single, while you're unmarried, you have ample time to be devoting it to God. Not that you can't be still devoted to God when you're married. You absolutely can, but it looks different. I remember one of the first things that was a shock to my system when I first got married is that like I couldn't pray the same way I used to pray because I had a certain way of praying. I had a certain schedule. God and I had a certain schedule, and when we talked and how we did it,
closet whenever you want.
And now I have like this person that's like just here,
and looking for you,
looking for me. Like,
like, what you doing?
Exactly.
Because you're not in the bed.
And they may pray differently from me. So now we have to figure out like this new...
How to pray together.
This new prayer life. How does it look like together aside from like the one that I have on my own? So Yeah,
and rearranging your own schedule, because you still have your own prayer schedule and relationship with God, but it's like rearranging it based on the person that you're with.
Yes, and nobody thinks about that part when they think about marriage. Yeah,
and even those that are in ministry, because you said your husband was in ministry. Now he has to think of his family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because his first ministry is his family,
Absolutely.
right? So he has to think about his family, and he has to think about how he's scheduling those things and where he's going to go preach and where his family's going to be. Yeah. Are they coming with him or are they not coming with him?
And if it doesn't work for us, you may have to say no.
You may have to say
to that engagement.
Your yes and your no is dependent upon your significant other and your child. Yes. Whereas you could do
whatever you want if you're single. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My God. You know, so yeah, shout out to the single season. Enjoy.
Enjoy, man. Not for real.
But also, shout out to the married season, because now you got a partner in this.
Yeah.
Enjoy either way.
Either way.
My God.
Wow. It's just a lot going on that side, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you spoke about how your daughter had a village. You feel me? And I know how important it is to have a village, especially once you have transitioned to the other side. Talk about that in terms of your womanhood. You feel me? The women that you keep by your side.
Yeah.
To go ahead and help you through this life that you're in.
Yeah, I'm so blessed. Like, I knew that before having a child, but now having a child, seeing it in real time, because of course I benefit from it, but seeing my child get to reap the benefits too is just so amazing to view it and witness. And for me, it is so important. Mothers who don't have a village, I don't know how they do it, starting from, pregnancy. I remember when I was pregnant, when I started getting to like the later stages, my mom was there every Sunday coming to my house from New York. And she would be cooking for me because she did not want to cook for me. My husband was like hiring cleaners that we still have to this day to come in every 2 weeks to clean. Like I had sort of like signed out.
Wow. Your husband. Shout
he know
out
ball.
to your husband.
He know
because
ball.
let me tell you something. Lord, are you sending me a sign? Because I always said that. I always said I need a husband that see me and know me to know, babes, if I need help, get help.
Get the
Because
help.
a lot of men, especially Haitian men, so also shout out to your husband, because a lot of Haitian men have this stereotypical view of what motherhood and wifelyhood looks like in terms of like, no, you have to be the one cooking and cleaning and doing all the things. Whether you're pregnant or not, this is your responsibility and your role and woo. And it's like, do you know what this child is doing to my body and my mind? I'm losing my mind right now. I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he didn't start out that way. He was still very Haitian men way in the beginning. He was that in the beginning, but I think
shout out to him. To see and understand.
First of all, like two of them come together, and it takes 8 hours for them to deep clean the whole house. So how is little old me? How long is it going to take
waddling around the house
to do?
Waddling.
There was just no way. So and I want people to understand that the village is not always free. Sometimes the village is a paid village. Like my cleaners are part of my village. They got my daughter gifts when they knew I was pregnant. Like part of the village too.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's definitely a part of it. But like my mom, who I chose to be the godmother of my daughter, my best friends have stepped up so much in this season. I still remember like during labor, like my best friend like holding my hand. Another one of them was just like massaging my back. Although I had a doula. They had planned to get an Airbnb near my house so that when I went into labor, like they would sort of like jump into best friend mode and support me in that way.
Women village,
listen,
I'm telling you, men and women village
different,
are two different things.
Oh my goodness,
don't know what y'all missing, babes.
Yeah, even after I gave birth, like I had like a meal train for like a bit. Like anybody that came to my house was bringing me food. Yeah, I remember during like the first month of postpartum, I just needed a break, and I told my husband I'm going to get my nails done. Like I just need it for myself. And I was texting with my best friend. She was like, "Oh, what are you doing right now? I see like your location. You're not home." I was like, "I'm getting my nails done." She sent me like $350. She was like, "Enjoy the self."
Wow. Like, women and men's village are different.
Yeah,
and the reason why I'm gonna say it right, no homo. The reason, no homo.
Wow. You
gotta say that because women's village are so powerful and so different because we treat each other like we're each other's significant other at some point in time. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We don't play about each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is why I say it's different from that of men. Not because that men don't love each other well, because a lot of brotherhoods are really that deep and that well, but y'all not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
We not unless it's the last resort.
Yeah,
exactly.
You guys think about it.
We don't. It'd be the last resort.
Women, we don't do it as the last resort. Women, we do it as in like, no, I want to I'm tricking on my friend.
We're
you know what I mean?
thinking about, like,
I just want you to feel pretty.
Strategizing, how can I show up for my friend in this specific season?
Right.
And I'm beyond grateful.
Yeah.
It makes me sad for women who don't have a village and have to do it alone, because in American society, we've become so individualistic that people think that you need others to do life with. And that didn't used to be the case. And I've learned to lean into my village, because even like with my mom or our parents, when they were in Haiti, they had villages. Like people weren't just living in it, like mom, dad, and you had Bon, you had like cousins that lived with you, which means their version of motherhood, even they didn't experience motherhood in the way that we are now. They oftentimes didn't have to work in a corporate space while their husband was working, while taking care of the children. They didn't have all those responsibilities. So we actually have it a bit harder than women had in generations past. So I think even now for me, I've learned that if I don't lean into that village, I will fall apart. So I've had to teach myself, don't be guilty. Sometimes I need to call on them. Yes, sometimes they'll just show up without me asking, but if I need the help, I should be able to ask as well.
Vulnerability is key.
Yeah.
You have to be able to ask. But also, I think I want to shout out to the women in your village and just women out there in general, where it's like, it's also important as the person receiving to not hold it against anyone in your village that shows up differently than others, right? Because, for example, that friend that sent you money to get your nails done may not be the friend that ever came to Jersey, right? But it's like, this is what I can do. So I'm going to do this part. But oftentimes, I think sometimes women, we get lost in the idea of how we want someone to show up, that we don't appreciate when someone shows up in the capacity in which they can show up in that season. So I think that's something that is also very important to be mindful of, where it's like, that friend might not have the finances, but she showed up, but she brought you food, but she's like, oh, I could watch the baby when you need to go out. Right. Different people do different things based on their capacity and their circumstances. Because also remember, life is life and for everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay. So somebody show up, even no matter what the capacity is, be grateful.
And even the reverse is true. I think I also want women to understand that, like, you know, that's you receiving the help or you offering the help. But even for the other person that may be in that season, like in that time I was in the postpartum season, like the only priority I had at that moment was trying to keep this newborn alive.
No,
this new person I've never met a day in my life.
Is she breathing?
Is she breathing? Is she eating? Like, I was breastfeeding around that time too. So that's even my husband took a backseat in that moment. Like, I need to make sure that like this child is alive. And so even my friends had to understand in that moment, I may not be able to show up in the same way that I used to before. Like life is about seasons. So if women understand that, and they can understand that they need to give grace to each other in different seasons, I feel like we would have less friendships falling apart.
Absolutely. Wow. Being understanding and giving grace is so important.
Yeah, and knowing when to promote.
Oh yes, because I've said that. I said knowing when to promote friends and when to demote friends. And I also say that it's not a conversations that need to be had. It's something that you do by yourself internally.
You don't even need closure.
See, you're my kind of girl. You're my kind of girl. You know what I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's wild.
Somebody with a swiftness. It takes time. It takes time before I get there. It takes time before I get there because I give grace.
Yes.
But once that decision is made, my husband always says, like, the friends that are no longer in my life, he's just like, yo, I'm scared for them. Like, because he realizes that when I've made that decision, it really is just like, there was no conversation. That's what it is. Don't mention their name to me. Like, I'm done.
Correct.
That's how I am. So you have to know in those seasons.
Because I'm like that as well, where it goes to the point where it's like, this is going to sound really harsh, but I genuinely don't know anything about your life. Like, as if
I don't know. They don't exist. To me, like, when the moment somebody's no longer in my life, like I don't want to say you're dead to me.
Wow.
And that's why I said I don't want to say, because I would be like, I don't know if you're dead or alive, but I don't want to say it like that. But I'm literally like, you
I know nothing. Like, you're not taking up space
at all
in my brain. Nothing.
But you know where that being had about you. You know where that comes from? It comes from, and I hope you resonate. I don't know if you do, but if you don't, you know, please speak to where yours come from. But mine comes from knowing the kind of person that I am to people. That, you know, it's
knowing
like,
what you've given as well.
Knowing what I give, knowing what I come with, knowing that I literally embrace you with my everything and I put you inside my world, which is a privilege. You know what I mean? And just as much as a privilege for me to be inside your world, right? And especially, that's why I said with women relationships, it's deeper than surface level. We always go all the way deep. So it's like, you know, my inner heart, my inner desires, my inner everything. So for you to do or to be someone that is either against or harmful towards that, babes, it's like you never existed. No, thank you. That's it.
No, I totally resonate with that. It's also a reason why my husband is like fiercely protective of me. Because he knows my heart and he knows that when it comes to me and people who are in my life, I'm an all or nothing kind of person.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no halfway.
Yeah.
My husband can live in the gray area with people. That's a skill that he has, and he knows that I have zero of it. For me, things tend to be very black and white.
Yeah.
I'm either I'm with you 100% or I'm just not with you. And because he knows that about me, when we went, through different transitions of being engaged and then being married, and when I became a mother, he literally watched some people drop like flies because they just could not adjust to those seasons. And for me, I didn't really care once those relationships fell apart because I know how much I gave. I know how I am. And everybody around me knows that I'm like that.
Yeah.
And they don't really miss a person when they're gone either. And
Correct.
True.
For me, it really is that simple.
And it's like, I don't know, but it's also like when you are a whole person and you live a whole life, it's also that sense of like, I'm not missing anything.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
All is well.
All is
If
well.
anything, you might be missing. That part.
Let's leave that there.
It's a next level right here.
I didn't think this, but wow, we're connected. Enough said. Next question.
That is also well. Then I'm gonna stay a little bit on this. So then, how does that work when it's like that friend that supposed to be dropped still friends within the people in your group? How does that work then?
That doesn't usually happen.
I was just about to say
I've
that
never-
usually doesn't happen.
Oh, so if they drop completely out.
Yeah,
And it's interesting because I don't know if it's like that with you, but it's like I didn't say anything. It just happened.
It happened. It happened. We moved accordingly.
Correct.
And that was it.
I had nothing to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they locked in right now. I go, wow. And
I love it.
in that case, I'm jealous.
No.
I want my brothers to step up, man. Let us start. Let us start.
Come on, gentlemen.
See how we can step up. Anyway, it's not our month. Our month is coming,
Step
fellas.
up, gentlemen.
That's right. Next month is coming. We got another one in the tuck for you. Don't worry about it.
Facts. Oh man, this is great so far. I'm loving this conversation. This is so amazing. I do want to ask this though. I'm into asking questions. She's into.
Yeah.
When it comes to, you have a baby girl now. First of all, amazing. Now with you now being, not only the wife of the house, but also the leading model when it comes to your baby girl.
The matriarch of the home.
How is that for you when it comes to how you move and how you model your life and your decisions when it comes to her as she's growing up?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great privilege. I've always wanted a daughter, so I'm so blessed that God gave me my girl. But it's also so scary. She's about to turn 2 right now, and I see in like little things she does how she literally copies me. It's not even I don't even think she notices that she's doing it. It's just anything I do, she does. Like everything that I do for her. Like a few days ago, she has like this huge teddy bear at home, and she like laid the teddy bear down, and she was like patting its butt because like in the same way that I do it to her. Covered the teddy bear in the same way, put them in the same position. I'm just like, she is watching me. And then recently we're at my sister-in-law's house, and my husband was telling me that like not my sister-in-law's house. We were at home, but my husband was in the nursery putting her to bed, and he was just like, after he brushed her teeth, she just started praying, which was something that I do with her every night. But she started saying something blah, 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 daddy, blah, blah, daddy. But when I pray with her, I'm just like, bless my mommy, bless my daddy, bless my friends, bless my family. And even to see that she was trying to do that, I'm just like, she watches everything. And the thing is, I don't see her watching me, but somehow she's watching everything I do and she's emulating it. So it's scary because it makes me realize like, oh my goodness, I have a shadow. I better be on my P's and Q's because she's going to do the very same thing that I do. But it's also a privilege to know that, in having a child, that is going to be your contribution to the world, to society. Not necessarily because I want a twin, because I want somebody that does everything that I do, but in seeing how I live my life and seeing how I live it with integrity and seeing how I'm faithful to God and seeing how I care for her, she will be able to model that to others when she's living her life. So it's a privilege, but it's also very scary because you just don't want to make a mistake in doing it. Yeah.
Wow,
so
that is amazing.
I love little kids. They're little people.
Oh my gosh.
With their little brains, and they just do little things. They do all adult things but in the littlest of ways, and it's just so cute. I just love it.
And seeing them develop in that way, like now, like we're having conversations, and I'm just like, you were just a baby. And couldn't say a thing to me, and now we're having conversations.
And they start making stories. I just can't wait till their little imaginations grow. It's gonna be fun. Oh my god.
It's wild. It's such a privilege. Such a privilege. Yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Is there any stage of your daughter's life that you are fearful of or just nervous about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very nervous for the teenage years.
Yeah.
And it's because I know my husband and I, we talk about all the time that we are so afraid for who we're going to have as a teenager, because we were both teenagers who challenged our parents. We were the ones that asked questions, that said why, and we never took no for an answer. Like, you need to explain to us why you need to do this.
Yeah.
And if she takes after both of us, which I'm sure she will, because even from now, she's very headstrong, I am in for a challenging period. Of course, I have an answer for that. Although I do believe that the Lord will grace me for it, I am very nervous because I don't know to what extent she will challenge me. I don't know if I will have the answers. I don't know. I have no idea what kind of period she'll be living in. Like, I don't know how our world will change once we get to that point. So what challenges will she be facing? What influences is she going to have to come to face with? So it's scary. And it's also scary to know, when I think about it, I always say, like, what giants have I not slayed? Like, what have I not dealt with that's going to...
that she may have to
deal with in her teenage years. So it just makes me very nervous. So let's hope I can do it and that God graces me to be able to do it well. But I'm so nervous about the teenage years, especially when I know that, like, with a mother and a daughter, those are usually the years where they are at odds with each other. They butt heads. Yeah. So I just don't yet know how I will respond to it when it gets to that point. Right now, she is like such a mommy's girl. She is all about mommy. Besties. And we are besties. I don't want that to change. I hope it doesn't, but I know that it might. So I'm nervous about that. Yeah.
Listen, the same way you petition God about your husband, petition about your
Lord, you're right on that. Help me.
Send help, please. Send help immediately. Where are the angels?
Where are they?
Nah, that's real. That's real. Oh, man. We always do these little rapid questions.
True.
Fubi. So I got a couple. Okay. It's simple. Whatever comes to the top of your mind.
Okay.
You let us know what it is. All right.
All right.
Here's the first one. What's the biggest myth about working mothers?
The biggest myth about working mothers?
Yes.
Wow, this is stumping me. That they are, how can I put this? That being a mother is a weakness instead of the very thing that makes them a better worker.
Wow.
Like we were speaking about before, I think it's a different thing when you have a mom as a worker. Like you can have a single person and they have the time to give your company everything and to pour into your company in all the ways. But when you have a mother, you've learned, you've acquired a worker or person that is working for you that can switch gears, that can be fully a mom, but can also be a worker that knows how to switch from one thing to another, how to adapt. They know how to prioritize because they're doing that every day in being a mother. So I think the biggest myth is that somehow being a mother slows you down when in fact becoming a mother is a very thing that makes you the best kind of worker.
Yeah. Wow. That is amazing.
Like that.
Ooh,
I can see that.
What's a guilty pleasure that keeps you filling your cup? Or better yet, that keeps you sane.
A guilty pleasure?
That keeps you sane. Your go-to when you're having a bad time.
Alone time, some good food.
Yeah.
Like even last week, I was not feeling myself. I don't even know why. Like I called my husband, I was just like, I'm just having a bad day. Like I don't know why. And I just needed time alone. And I needed like a good matcha.
Matcha, there we go, y'all. Now good matcha.
A good matcha. Yep. A good matcha. So for me, time alone because I'm an introvert. A lot of people don't believe that about me or they wouldn't see that because of the way that I show up. But I'm an introvert, and whenever I spend time alone, I'm able to refuel because I've spent time with my thoughts and that refuels me in the best way. So my guilty pleasure is time alone. So if that means like going and hiding somewhere in the room for a bit so that my daughter doesn't get to me, or like leaving the house and tell my husband, all right, you got it. Like tag you're it. Like it's on you. I'm out. Where am I going? I don't know. I'm like driving around somewhere. I might stop, get some good food, and just like watch a show on Netflix in the car. Alone time is my guilty pleasure. Yeah, I love that.
I got two more. Most annoying advice you got once you got married.
Ooh. Y'all gotta say who said it.
No. You know.
Yeah. Most annoying advice for me was do not go to bed angry.
Mm.
I think that's the stupidest thing ever.
Oh.
Because
Wow.
because
I think it is too, but
For
I'm
me,
single, so I never say my piece about
I think it's the stupidest thing ever because maybe it's because of me and my husband's personalities. If we don't go to sleep, like if we stay up until we're not angry, we will be up until like 6 a.m. Debating about whatever we're debating about. Like if it's like we will keep going at it until one of us is not angry, and that is not that won't help anybody. That does no one any good. So for me,
let me tell you something. I don't know
for me
about
that was
that.
the most annoying advice because honestly, sometimes we need to go to sleep. In fact, sometimes sleeping and waking up will
We'll
help.
talk about it in the morning.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Let's say
We're rested.
Yeah.
We're not, nous pas sur les nerfs. We're not on a high anymore. We've had time to rest. Maybe we were angry because we hadn't slept. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it's inefficient.
I, as someone that loves sleep, I promise you right now, I don't care how upset I am, you are, the world is. It could be burning outside my window.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
We can talk about this tomorrow.
Once my head touch that pillow, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, let me say something. I will be arguing with you while I'm in the bed, but then I'm gonna stop responding, and then
Right.
I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be mid conference. I will go to sleep. One thing
Sometimes
about it, I'm
the
going
solution
to
is
bed.
found in sleep.
In
Yeah.
sleep.
So for me,
Yeah.
I wake up tomorrow. I'm like, okay, you know what? I really want that man.
yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking I'm really still that mad, but I'm approaching it differently because I'm not in the heat of the anger or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Or I might wake up and be like, you know what? You were valid. Actually, I apologize.
Yes.
Like, but the reality is, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is still coming.
And that's why the saying "sleep on it" is an actual thing.
Yeah. Let's
sleep
I
on it.
should start telling married people
Sleep on it.
You're angry, sleep on it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yup.
what do you mean? But pause. Okay, in that same breath,
You shouldn't remain. No, go ahead.
no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying in that same breath, you shouldn't remain angry. Like the whole
Right.
idea of don't let the sun go down in your anger is because they're trying to encourage couples to resolve it. So
Yeah.
don't just sweep it under the rug. That's not what going to sleep means. Yes, resolve it. It just may not be in that moment. And if you're putting pressure on yourself for it to be resolved in that moment, you might be doing yourself more harm than good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to piggyback on this question and just kind of like go a little further. Do you believe in the sleeping separately when you're upset?
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
Okay, thank
No.
you.
So nobody goes to the couch.
Thank you. Because one thing
Nobody goes to the couch. But I will say, I'm only 4 years in, I still think I'm a baby in this marriage thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in the very beginning of my marriage, not that I believe it, in the very beginning of my marriage, I'm a person that like, I want my space.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be in my space when I'm angry with you.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of times where I would tell my husband, like, no, like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, go sleep on the couch.
Here.
Again, I honestly think I was reenacting whatever I saw in movies.
That's what we
Like I
always
would see in
see.
movies, like,
Sleep
you know,
on
you're
the
mad,
couch.
you go sleep on the couch. And my husband would not, like, he would not take that for. He was like, what do you, I'm married. Do you know how, like, do you know the wedding we had? I was with your parents.
I built
He
this
legit,
brick by brick. I'm sleeping in his bed.
It's my side.
he legit told me, he's like, I went to your parents and I'm your husband.
Yes.
You are still my wife. What do you mean go sleep on the couch? This is my bed. This is my room. What do you mean? So
Yeah.
we don't do that. That only happened like a couple of times and he did not.
Shout out to your husband. Put his
He was
Right.
not
His foot down.
He looked at me like I had two heads. Like, what do you mean? We don't do that. So
I'm not against.
I don't believe in that now, but you know, in my immaturity in the very early days of my marriage, I did believe in that, and now I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
love
cool.
that. Love that, you guys.
Well, last one for me for the rapid questions. If you had the chance to go back and do it all over again, would you keep it the same way or would you change anything?
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
I would keep it the same way, although and we're talking about life in general.
Life in general, yes.
Yeah, I would keep it the same way because I think everything that I've learned, everything that I've gone through made me who I am at this very moment. I'm 30 now, and the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained, I wouldn't trade it for anything. If things had gone differently, I may not have been where I am at in life right now. And I'm very content with where I am in life. And so for all the hurts, for all the trials that I've gone through in my life, I would not have changed a thing. I have the people that should be in my life right now. Those who shouldn't be in my life, they're not. I have a husband who loves me. I have a daughter who I love. Like, I have a thriving career. I feel as though I'm loved by my family. I feel like I'm aligned in everything that I'm choosing to do. So I would not choose to change it. No.
I love that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I'll add one more rapid fire question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What is something that you hope to accomplish or do in general that like is pressing on your heart, like in your next season or whatever the case may be? Like just something that is just gnawing at your heart or your mind that you want to accomplish or
do. I honestly, I want to take a solo vacation. I never have. And that's something that I want to do.
That's
like
that's gonna be interesting conversation.
Yeah,
not even that. I think we can talk about
to have a solo. Like I've traveled to another state on my own, but I want to take an international solo vacation.
I was just about to say that.
I feel like I sort of like missed out on that. Like I got engaged at 24, I got married at 26, and I never got the chance to live on my own. I went straight from like living with my family to living with my husband. So I think I would enjoy having like a solo trip to somewhere I love. Like I really want to travel to Arizona. That's like one of the states that I really want to go to. So yeah, I want to take a solo vacation.
Well, let me introduce you to Bianca, the top solo traveler, the top traveler of all time.
I'm screaming. No, like I have been trying to do the 50. I've been trying to complete all of the 50 states, and that was where I first started traveling by myself, was like going stateside by myself. And I found so much pleasure in it.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. Just kind of like having your own itinerary, doing whatever your heart desires and not having to consider what other people might want to do, being at your own pace and just kind of doing the little things that make your heart happy by yourself, for yourself. I think it's just so pleasing and beautiful, and it's just quiet. And I like that too. I might challenge you to rethink if you're an introvert, or because I think you might be an ambivert. Which is kind of what I know. Nobody ever believes me. No, it's not that I don't believe you. It's not that I don't believe you, but just how you show up gives me more ambivert vibes.
You
than
think
introvert.
so?
Yeah, because I'm an ambivert and I love my solitude, but like I'm a great people. I do great at peopling. I'm an expert at peopling.
I feel like I've trained myself to be that way.
Oh, okay.
But if I really have it my way, I won't not come out of the house. Like I force myself to go and like talk to people because a lot of the things I do are public facing. So I don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
But I think I'm an introvert. Like
you might be true and true.
Nothing beats just like, you know, being alone, because that's what recharges me. I don't get recharged or refueled any other way. In fact, I feel like there's like I'm making deposits into myself when I'm alone, and there's like withdrawals anytime that I'm like spending time with people that I'm not aligned with. So if it's like a small group of people that like they're my peoples, I could like people. That's why I for a long time.
Be ambivert.
Really? I'll look into it. I'll see.
I don't do like I feel depleted when I'm around people that I shouldn't be necessarily align with or like or not in the same mind space. I could be in a crowd full of people and feel completely alone because it's like this is not this don't make sense. Or I can feel like I'm at a concert with 2 people in the house because these are my people and I'm like on 1,000. You know what I mean? Maybe. And then also I feel at 1,000 by myself in the house. Yeah. And when I'm with the people that I love. So it's kind of
true.
Yeah. So I'm like, you might have to think about that.
I'll look into
it.
But
the only advice I would give you in terms of like traveling internationally by yourself, people think is, I mean, well, especially knowing like that you might be an ambivert like myself, or you might be a true introvert. It's fun. It's great. But it has to be intentional and with a purpose. Like, if you're going for a particular reason, like if there's like, I don't know, something in particular like you want to try, like having, guided trips or things like that of that nature, like you want to try, that would be really fun and interesting. But if you're going to a place to just kind of like figure it out and vibe and stuff, it's not as fun as you might think that it's going to be. It's not. Because then you look around and you're like, oh, this person would have enjoyed this, or oh, we would have had fun.
So keep yourself busy, although you're alone.
Yes, you have to have like an itinerary. It has to be meticulous. It has to be something that you and only you would thoroughly enjoy, that you would want to do. It keeps you at a high where it's like, oh, I'm doing this for myself, and this is something I would enjoy. Nobody else would enjoy this but me. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Like that.
I like that.
But if you don't do that, then all you're thinking about is the people that would have enjoyed, or how you might have made a joke about something, and you would feel more homesick than anything. anything.
So you basically want me to curate that solo location
to
to
curate
me,
it.
like
yes,
fully.
To fulfill your own cup.
to a T, itinerary based, and you can give yourself like a little bit of like leisure time of getting ready for different things, but like not really have like too much of no time. But other than that, you will have a blast.
Yeah, in my 30s. Let's see if I can get like one out at least. Yeah.
Shout out to the 30s because I feel like
Shout out to the 30s.
It's an ongoing theme where every single person that I've met or know that is in their 30s, they're saying that this is the best season of their life. Like they are truly in who they believe themselves to be.
The thing about
and
your
content.
30s. Yeah, I feel like I'm so comfortable with who I am. Mm-hmm. Not that it means that there's never any room for growth, but there's this self-assuredness. There's this sureness that you have in who you are in your 30s. You don't feel like you have to pretend. You don't feel like you owe society anything. I honestly feel like my 20s was sort of like me paying a debt to society, and my 30s are for me.
And also trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then in your 30s, you're like, oh, been there and done that. I'm a little seasoned in this game. Yeah. But also we're like more open to wisdom. Yeah. And like knowing that we need help and stuff. We're not so heavy.
Because in our 20s, we think we thought we knew everything. And when I look back, I'm just like at 21, what? Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about you, Caleb. You're 20s.
I look back and sometimes my 20s are like, girl, I'm shocked that I got married in my 20s. Like, what was I doing? Like, what?
Listen, that was the Lord keeping you.
That was.
Hello?
Won't he do it?
Hallelujah.
Won't he do it?
Okay. Amen. Hallelujah.
Before I close this out, I just want to say, I'm just so happy to be in the room. Like if everybody else gonna watch this, we are literally watching two whole women on two different sides of the fence, literally still bonding, still getting together, still connecting. And it's just so beautiful to see. To know that whichever side of the fence you land on, you can still be you.
Well, there shouldn't be a fence.
Yes.
There honestly should not even be a fence. Like we should be like chocolate and vanilla ice cream. Like it should be a melting pot.
It is.
Because we're better when we learn from each other. And there's so much good on both sides. And there's so much responsibilities and burdens on both sides that the more that we share it, the more we can understand one another and the more we can live peacefully with one another. And then all that stupid rhetoric that you see on social media, some of it just won't exist anymore. So
literally. I think mindset is what creates the fence or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we are sharing in similar mindsets right now where it's like there is no fence. Like, girl, I see you.
Yeah.
You see me.
Yeah.
Okay. But then when you have, certain mindsets, it's like, oh, I'm different.
It's a bit different.
I'm, so it's like,
That's amazing. Okay, well, I only got one last question, which is the last questions we always ask on the pod. What is actually, you like to word it better, so the message to the people.
Oh, I don't know. I
always like to do that. Oh, anyways, so here we go. I tried to. So it's always the last question we ask, which is, of course, what is a message that you have to the viewers that are watching? That may be in Bianca or specifically women. Yes, because again, this is for women.
Women, whether they are single, whether they're engaged, whether they're married, whether they're divorced, whether they're with child, without child, whether they're figuring out the season in which they're in, whether they're in their 20s or their 30s, just an overall message that just is just towards women in various seasons of their lives.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say to women, you lack nothing. You lack nothing. Everything that you're supposed to have in the season that you are in right now, whether you're a mom of toddlers, whether you're a mom of a newborn, you have everything that you need to make the best of that season. You have everything that you need already in your hands to live that season to its full capacity, and don't shortchange yourself. If you're married, understand the responsibilities that come with being married. Don't wish that you were something else or that you were somewhere else. And if you're single, don't wish you were somewhere else or something else, because wherever you are right now, everything that you've done in life, everything that you've learned in life, everything that you know right now has brought you to the point of being able to make the best of that season and winning at it in this moment. So you lack nothing.
Amen. To make it more plain, your grass is green wherever you water it.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. All right.
And black men love y'all.
Oh, and we love the black man. Hallelujah.
We love the black man.
The black man. Right. Thank you for joining us. This is a really great episode. We are honored to have you here, and
honored to be here
for you representing just women.
After 2.
Sorry.
After 2 years.
So yeah, Caleb was sitting like the DM for a while. And you honestly never pinged me. like he just took. I don't remember what I answered, but he just ran with it. Like we could have made this happen sooner.
We could have.
Had he been bold enough to just be like, "Hello."
One thing about a woman,
nudge.
We would have had that happen a long time ago. Cause baby, I would have DM'd you. I would have wrote underneath your picture.
Yeah, like remember me.
I'm here. But I said
I had to respect. She's a married woman. I don't want to keep.
No, and I understand that.
It was exactly when it was supposed to. Come on,
at the time it was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Like she said, we really do appreciate you for stopping by. It was an amazing conversation. Hope you guys over there enjoyed it too. Definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.